Today, I'm gonna rank and go through every single Berkley Trout power egg for trout fishing. Now, if you've been following me for a while or you're brand new to the channel, one of my favorite all-time baits for trout, and especially stock trout, is Berkley power eggs. Power eggs have different scents, different colors, and different shimmies in the water because some of them have lots of glitter. And with 18 colors available for you to purchase, I'm gonna rank them from 18 all the way to number 1. And we're starting out the list at number 18. Now, kicking off the list is the bubble gum color. Now, this is a pink and white combination that I really love to fish for trout in low, clear water, and clear water in particular. Now, pink is obviously a great color to catch a lot of stock trout with, but the white contrast is really great. That white can be just enough to get a little shimmy in the water, which is perfect to get trout's attention from longer distances away. Now, the one thing about bubble gum is if you use it, you know that there's a lot more colors that you can choose that are a lot better. Now, coming in at color number 17 is lemon lime. And obviously this is going to be a yellow and green colorway. And I found in particular that this is a good all around color for all times of the year. And I think in the early springtime, that yellow and green is a definite color in those low light conditions and really dark colored conditions. That yellow is a pop in the water, and that green brings a little bit more of that natural color to the eggs and the baits as the springtime goes along and the water starts to clear up and the trout are looking for a more natural colored bait. Now, if you're going to bring the lemon lime, you better bring the tequila with you. They're coming in at color number 16 is fluorescent white, and we're talking about the whitest of white power eggs. And white is just, again, a natural great color to use at all times of the year, but especially in really dark off water conditions, white is going to be a very bright bait in the water. It's something that you're going to use when it's not gin clear water and it's not super sunny in the middle of the summer. It's better as an early spring bait, but I really love it in the winter time in really dirty off colored water conditions when, again, when it's super overcast and very rainy. White is one of my go-to colors to catch trout. White is best fished in the early morning on that early light conditions, but also really late in the day at that sunset as the sun is going down and the waters get a little bit darker. That white can be just the pop to get that last trout bite of the day. Now, coming in at color number 15 is clear silver fluorescent yellow. And yeah, that is a mouthful of a colorway to say. It's a silver chartreuse color that I really like in summertime trout fishing. You got a little bit of that clear edge of it, but you also have that chartreuse and that pop, which again is a color that trout love at all times of the year. Because if it ain't chartreuse, it definitely ain't no use. Definitely utilize this color to get those extra bites, especially in the early morning time. That fluorescent yellow will pop, or that chartreuse will pop in the water. You'll definitely get some really good early morning day bites. Now, coming in at color number 14 is sunrise. This is an orange yellow combination color that I just think is perfect in the mid-spring time and in that late fall time frame. Now, when I bought jars of sunrise colors, sometimes they can be a little bit more orange and sometimes they can be a little bit more yellow. Now, if you're looking at the jar in the store, look to see if it's more orange based or more yellow based. You want to make sure it's something that's a little bit more of that mix. Sometimes the pores don't come out perfect on these baits, so if you're looking for something that's the combination of the two, make sure the colorway is mixed pretty good. With the color name of sunrise, you gotta fish this in the sunrise, because if you fish it in the sunset, it's just not gonna work. The coming in at color number 13 is clear silver chartreuse fluorescent white. Now, that's a mouthful to say. Now, this color has some very subtle flakes of glitter in it, and it's mostly white. So again, it's great to fish in the winter time, the early springtime, off-colored water. But I found some days, just in the middle of the day, randomly throwing it out, it's great to use in those super shadier areas. Again, floating something that's a little bit more natural, and those specks of glitter in the bait are just subtle enough when the sun hits it, reflects off it. It gives a little bit of that shimmy and something that the trout really like to see and they really want to go after. But coming in at color number 12 is clear silver blue fluorescent white, the counterpart to our previous color. Now again, this has little specks of glitter and is mostly white. So again, you want to fish this in the springtime, in the late fall, the winter time, in off-colored water conditions as well. Now, blue-white, great combination, in those little specks of blue glitter definitely will pay dividends when you got the sun kind of going in and out in that early springtime where it doesn't want to make up its mind. That little bit of blue glitter is just perfect. And I would say this is also a color that's a little bit of a sneaky, really good one in terms of fall stock trout fishing. Now, color number 11 is clear green, purple, pink. Now, we're talking about the crazy carnival of color combinations with this color. And what I love about this colorway is just the shade of purple, because it's not something that you see in other Berkley products. it's something that's a little bit different. And I really love this color in the fall time frame. Again, you got your reds, yellows, orange, and those purples you can mix in there for fall trout fishing or just fall stock trout fishing in general. This is a really sneaky color that I really like to use on days where maybe other colorways aren't working or I'm just not getting any bites. Sometimes it's just good to throw a different colored egg out there, different color of purple or that different shade in the water. It makes a big difference. Now coming in at colorway number 10 is rainbow. That's right. We got the most dense and diverse colorway here in terms of rainbow. You have green, yellow, orange, and red. So you got 4 different colors that make up the rainbow baits. And for me, this is fishable all times of the year with this colorway because depending on the water conditions and the weather conditions, one of those colors and the contrast between all of them will have some sort of pop in the water that the trout are gonna see, find, and really love. And because it has so many colors, I feel like it can be fished in every body of water, every style, in all conditions of water and weather. So if you're finding something that if you just wanna simplify it, sometimes it's just the best go with the rainbow. And if you're out fishing with the rainbow and you see the rainbow, then the trout better be tasting the eggs. Now coming in at color number 9 is clear gold natural. This is a really natural, really awesome color that I've really fell in love with the last couple of years. Now for me, this is one of the most fishable baits that you want to use in clear and really nice conditions, especially in the late spring and the summertime after it hasn't rained in a long time. When you want to find some really natural baits, the gold is one of my go-tos. Now an early morning gold bite is one of the best when you're fishing with these eggs. And with all that gold, make sure there aren't any leprechauns around to steal your gold baits. Now coming in at color number 8 is chartreuse. And again, if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. The chartreuse bait also has a lot of glitter and gold flecks on the outside. So if you're looking for something really glittery that you need to get that pop with the sun, chartreuse is one of those baits that you should go with. For me, it's fishable at all times of the year. And in fact, I caught my personal best trout on it a few years ago, just shy of 10 pounds on the chartreuse power egg. And one pro tip when fishing with the chartreuse eggs, you want to do it right after there's a stocking of rainbow trout. The chartreuse is absolutely one of the best baits to do that. You're going to catch a lot of recently stocked trout with chartreuse. Now coming in at colorway number 7, very similar to chartreuse, is fluorescent yellow. Now this is a little bit more tone yellow. It looks like the yellow corn color power bait dough. And for me, yellow is again one of those go-to fall colorways that I really love, as well as if you're going into the mountains, yellow's a really good color to use. And because yellow is so bright, definitely use it in the morning time and late in the evening as the sunrise is going down. Yellow will stand out really well in the water and get you one of those last few bites before sunset. Then coming in at colorway number 6, salmon egg red. One of my all-time favorite colors. You can't go wrong with salmon egg red because red is one of the best stock trout fishing colors or trout fishing colors of all time. For me, again, this is one of the most natural colorways that you can find out of all of the colors. Definitely fish this all times of the year, all times of conditions, but I would say if you really want to get the most out of this colorway, fish it in the fall. It's a little bit more of a darker red, and I would say sometimes if you really want to get the big trout late in the season or late in the year, definitely go with 2 eggs and sometimes put 3 eggs on the hook, and you're gonna get some of those bigger, more high quality class trout. Now coming in at color number 5 is clear gold chartreuse. So you ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use, and then you got the gold on top of that, which makes it a 1-2 punch deadly combination. Now for me, this color is something of a confidence color. That means that I use it a lot when I go to new bodies of water or to a body of water that maybe I haven't fished in 2 or 3 years. It just flat out catches trout at all times of the year. So you can't go wrong fishing with this color. The only thing you can do and make a mistake about is leaving it at home. Now coming in at colorway number 4 is pink. And I gotta say, when it comes to stock trout fishing, I have caught a gazillion stock trout on the pink Berkley power eggs. It is again a confidence go-to bait that in the springtime in particular, when the first stockings are happening, you cannot keep the trout off of the pink eggs. Now if you're fishing in some moving water or it's a really windy day, pink is one of those baits that you're gonna wanna grab first out of the jar. Now I have to say, if you're a real angler, you fish with pink, and so do the baits. Now coming in at colorway number 3 is clear gold fluorescent red. For me, this color is fishable 2 different ways. One, early in the morning. Again, gold is perfect in the morning time. You get a little bit of that red and it'll absolutely get the trout fired up. And then at the end of the season, more towards the late fall time frame, this is one of the best colorways to fish really late in the season. That red with a little pop of gold, and as the sun's moving around, maybe in and out of the clouds, or you're just having a full sunny day, that sun hitting the glitter and that gold absolutely will catch you trout at all times of the fall. Now, coming in at colorway number 2 is clear gold fluorescent orange. Again, this is one of those half and half colors where it's half solid orange and half clear with gold speckles on the other side. Now, this is an amazing color because you got the orange and you got little tints of green on the clear side. And I think sometimes that contrast, you see that green and orange in the water, it looks like a lot of foliage and bugs that the trout love to feed on. And I think this is why this is one of the best colors to catch trout and stock trout out of all the egg colors. I would say over the last couple of years, this color in particular, I've had to restock multiple times because I just use it so much because it catches so many fish. Now that we've gone from 18 all the way down to 2, well, what is colorway number 1 of all the Berkley Trout Power Eggs? Well, if you haven't guessed it by now, you may know it, and that is fluorescent orange. Anytime I go stock trout fishing anywhere, I have a jar of fluorescent orange with me. The extra glitter, the orange is just the perfect shade of orange, and it catches fish in all conditions, all types of bodies of water, slow days, really hot days. I've had days where no one's catching fish out there. I throw the fluorescent orange eggs out there and bam, I'm getting fish. Now, if you need to go buy some of these orange eggs, check out the link below in the video description and go buy yourself some of these eggs. I guarantee you, you're gonna catch a lot more trout and stock trout at all times of the year. There you guys have it, ranking every single Berkley Trout Power Egg from 18 all the way to fluorescent orange at number 1. Hope you guys got some great information and some tips today on how to fish and how to utilize each one of these Berkley Trout Power Eggs the next time you get out stock trout fishing or just fishing in general. And if you're looking for some more baits or some other stock trout fishing tips content, I got some videos right here that are perfect and they're gonna help you catch a lot more trout. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and as always, if you ain't losing gear, you ain't fishing.